It's the middle of the grind, stuck deep in the week. James and Dan go live their spirits at its peak. Talking trails and airwaves, mountains in the air. Hopping streams and echoes, riding waves without a care. Explode. Radio out on the peaks, voices in the sky. Strap for a journey, signal to amplify. Pedals on the pavement, kayak rides ripple clear. Every path's a story, every sound we revere. Hump Day ramble, the hours alive. Adventure in their hearts, the signal thrives. POTA, SOTA, kayak, bike roll. Through the static of life, their voices explode. Mic in hand, stories pour, breaking walls that bind. Adventures, the religion, waves, our holy shrine. Rove and wander, talk and share, find what keeps you strong. Hump Day's happy power, fueling where we all belong. Hump Day ramble, the hours alive. Adventure in their hearts, the signal thrives. POTA, SOTA, kayak, bike rove. Through the static of life, their voices explode.
Sure.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day, time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. We got a great stream coming up tonight because we're going to be talking about Murphy because I'm getting closer and closer to being there. But first, we're going to thank our Patreons because they're absolutely awesome people. And a lot of these people will be hanging out with me this weekend, so really look forward to that. Also, shout out to the YouTube members. The YouTube member video this week had a little Easter egg gem in there hid for you, so hopefully you caught that. And in the ever-changing board, thank you very much to Kilo 4 Lima India and Kilo 8 Golf Quebec for their off-stream donations. Terry moves up a couple spots, and also Sierra Foxtrot Bravo moved up a couple spots from the live stream last week. So, Dan, what's going on, buddy?
It's Wednesday, buddy. That's what it is. Episode 192. If you haven't already, go down there, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and the notification bell. Welcome to Hump Day Happy Hour on this fine Wednesday. Let's run through the chat here. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar was numero uno. That's Georgia Parks and Propagation. Our buddy Ron Chris. Kent Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Echo was next. Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie was eastbound and down. John K8 NIV from Whiskey Victor. Kenny KC5 MJE. How about it? Andy Cowley. Always good to see you, buddy. Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. The loudmouth from Hammertown. Good to see you, buddy. Kilo 40 Tata says howdy from southern western North Carolina. Shannon, Kilo 1 Lima Yankee. Howdy, howdy from Little Old Murphy. See you here this weekend. Hopefully, Chris K2 PTC. Hello, hello. And Turd is in here. Wasabi. Mike 88 KB, he says, hello, hello. Wish he could be with us in Murphy. We wish so too, buddy. Dad, what's going on? Kilo Delta 9, Uniform Victor Kilo? Yeah, he's here. Kilo 8, Golf Quebec is in the same room as James, unfortunately. Or fortunately. I guess it all depends on how you look at it. It's liable to be a fun evening. Kelly Rose, KI4JAV, hello, hello. Gene McPhee from Killeen, Texas, N3XUS. Kilo Oscar 4, November, love smoking POTA. What's going on, Eddie? Sidewalk Sherry is also in the same room as those two hooligans right there. Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Delta. And I heard she only hit 12 sidewalks on the way down, which is an improvement. So good job, Sherry. Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Bravo Mo. What's happening, buddy? Kilo Echo 4, Eastern Standard Time is in the house. I imagine with Kilo 4, Alpha. Yep, she's down there in the chat. I see you, Scott N2TKT. Hello. Whiskey Echo 8, Echo Romeo. Liz and fam have bananas. Whiskey 0, Charlie Golf Charlie. 5-9 in East Tennessee, Kenwood. Kilo 4, Lemur Indier. He said underwear. I don't know if that means he's in his underwear or if that's all he's wearing. We'll find out here soon. Fred Moore, Kilo Whiskey 4, Fox Mike. Hello. And Reed, good to see you, buddy. AB8 AS. Happy Wednesday, episode 192. Again, smash the thumbs up button. Smash the subscribe button. If you really don't like this stream, let us know and hit the thumbs up button twice. That way we really know.
Bang, bang. Actually hit it 3 times because if you hit it twice, it's going to unlike it. You got to hit it 3 times.
Yeah, hit it 3 times. There you go. What's going on, James? You've been traveling.
Yeah, I have been traveling, a.k.a. the poor whiting. Why don't motels think, okay, we need to set these up for streamers? Because they're going to have to do live streams on the road. I have moved around in this room like 4 times, and the lighting still sucks.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I did forget somebody important to me anyway, and I think important to everybody else. Our Duke of Alabama is here, Kilo Charlie 4. Bang, bang. Good to see you, man, and I hope you're doing well. You're doing a lot better than you were probably 6 months ago, I'm sure. And really good to see you in the chat.
But yeah, I've moved around in here like 4 times trying to get good lighting, and it ain't happening in here. But it is.
How about in the bathroom?
You know, them two wanted me to go stream in the bathroom, and the lighting is amazing in there.
The echo is probably not right.
I refuse to sit in a bathroom and stream.
You have a throne?
Yeah, but not the kind of throne I'm used to. So, you know, it is what it is, but oh well.
So where are you at right now in the great United States of America?
No. Well, in the great country of West Virginia, the kingdom. Right. I am in southern western West Virginia, which would be just a little bit on the north side of Asheville.
Very nice.
So kind of hitting the territory of where it all got tore up. I haven't seen no damage where I'm at right now, but I'm sure tomorrow as I progress on down through there, I will. Yeah. So I did hit a park a little bit to the north of where we're staying. Well, I hit a twofer. I hit the Pigsha Forest along with the Appalachian Trail. So
I personally, I don't know if anybody else, but I would like to see at least some behind the scenes pictures of when you're driving through Asheville. Take some pictures, because unfortunately, I think ever since that has fell off of the media cycle, we haven't really heard anything else about the cleanup efforts and everything else. It's kind of like the news media says, disaster over with, we're not needed here anymore to spread bad news. So I want to see some of the good news that's coming out of Asheville. So.
Right. So like I said, so far so good. Nothing really looks any different than when I've traveled this road before. So hopefully they're getting everything cleaned up and things are starting to peak up a little bit for them. So we will see. But yeah, it's Murphy weekend. And I'm really excited to get to come back to Murphy. This is the second Patreon meetup in Murphy. We had one a year ago, and we had a really good turnout. But I'm looking to absolutely destroy that turnout this year.
Supposed to be fairly moist this weekend. So
it is in the forecast. Rain is in the forecast, but as long as it ain't lightning, we're all good. You know
what? No. I'm going to take that a step further. I don't mind rain. You're right. I don't mind lightning at all as long as it's not my antenna and my radio. If we're going to use somebody else's, I don't care.
Well, you've probably never been on the receiving end of holding that microphone down when on somebody else's radio got hit either.
I know. Actually, I've never been near a radio when it got hit, but I have been about 50. No, wasn't that close. 75 feet-ish away from the base of a 150-foot tower that had a fiberglass antenna top mounted to it that got a direct strike, and it scared the living crap out of me. There were pieces of fiberglass everywhere.
So that comment right there, that needs to happen.
She is.
Kivo 40 Tata says Sherry is running the mic for every park to park.
As a Long Islander, where is Murphy? Murphy is in western North Carolina, right near the Tennessee, Georgia-ish border.
Yeah, it's down here in that corner. The corner of 3 states is what it really is. And the reason the meetup is in Murphy is I have a very, very, very big Patreon group coming out of Murphy. So that's an easy spot for me to have, but this year I've got Patreons and people that's not Patreons even that's traveling from pretty far to come. Dan's coming from, might as well say Florida.
Might as well.
Yeah. He's in southern Georgia, but you might as well say Florida when you're talking about Dan. X-Ray Oscar is making his second trip up from Georgia.
Yep.
Turd, November 4th, TRD, he's making his first trip up, but he's coming from the other side of North Carolina. He had a good little hump over here. So,
speaking of activating in inclement weather, Whiskey Zero, Charlie Golf Charlie's in the chat, and if anybody in the chat has actually met this guy in person, like a lot of people probably have, and if you read this comment, you will realize how much of a feat that was. It literally blew his butt back across the room. So, yeah, I would not have wanted to be around by that. He said he was picking up pieces of ladder line in his yard for the next 2 months.
Absolutely. That's outstanding that he's still around to talk about it very loudly. I almost got to tell him what I like to tell him, but I did get to tell him 5'9" from almost Tennessee, or 73 from almost Tennessee today. I have told him 73 from Tennessee once before. All right, Chris. Yes, I will be in Michigan this year. That meetup is scheduled in June. Whiskey 8 Echo Romeo, who's in the chat, is arranging all of that. So just like the Murphy meetup, when people ask me questions and I say, ask Michael, he's the planner, I'm the shower up. So that's the same thing with Michigan. Liz is the planner, I'm the shower upper. So
Michael is the shenanigans coordinator.
Yeah, he's the shenanigans coordinator.
There you go.
I do know that tomorrow on the way to Murphy, I'm making a stop, and we're going to do Fontana Dam and the Appalachian Trail again, and then we're crossing the bridge and doing the Great Smoky Mountains, North Carolina side, and we'll be doing that with Kilo 4 Lima, India.
That's right.
I'm not sure what else we got, but definitely. So here's a good question. Larry wants to know if he should bring Bud Light to Hamvention again. Well, Larry, that would be up to you. But
you know what's funny about that? I was scrolling through some old videos and I found that one. I still have that in my.
But here's the thing. It's going to be the same results, the same exact results. You're going to get me look in the refrigerator, see them, refuse to touch them, and then have Terry go get them, and Terry will drink them later.
I found that in my video folder on my external drive. That's literally called something to do with one day. It's full. There's a lot of stuff in there. That's where I put. See, I don't ever like throw out anything I film. If I don't use it, I just shove it away somewhere because I might need it someday. You never know.
Chris said the Michigan POTA meetup is the 7th of June. I know it's not that weekend. I think it might be the next weekend. I think, but I'm not going to swear to that. I do have it on my calendar somewhere. But I'm trying to get through Murphy first, and then Dayton, and then Michigan, and then Maine, and then Huntsville, and whatever happens in between, Bike Grove and every other thing in the world. So
let's clean up this chat a little bit. North Carolina, turd. Yes, I can make a Michigan meetup group. I will do that. What else we got? Chris wants to know your ETA for Fontana. He might go over and meet you.
I will not know the ETA till the morning. I can shoot you out a message in the morning. But until we get up and get, see, here's the thing. I know that no matter what time I say I'm leaving this motel, it will not happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't give you a really good ETA. But the second we get on the road from that, there's a historical site that I'm going to hit right down here in Nashville. I'm going to hit it. The second we get on the road from that, I can give you a proper ETA, and you'll have several hours to prepare for that.
So you said it takes him 2 hours to get over there. So just give him as much of a.
Well, that's it'll be every bit of 2 hours for me to get there.
Okay. Michigan meetup is after Dayton, right?
Yes.
Before
Dayton is in May. Michigan is in June.
Okay, I got to make sure I get the orders right. There's now a Michigan meetup under the Hamfests meetup channel to coordinate shenanigans in there. I try to keep those in order, so the one coming up is going to be the top of the list, and then we move those around. So.
And does a really, really good job with that. Sometimes he goes rogue and starts adding all kinds of crazy rooms, and I'm like, what is this crap?
I got rid of a lot.
And then I tell him, I'm like, man, there's way too many this and this and this. And he starts deleting rooms. I'm like, whoa, wait. You need to put that West Virginia room back. Yeah. I need that thing in there.
There's too many rooms. And then next week, why are you deleting rooms?
John's goal. Okay. So here, I always love this. Every show, there's always somebody that's wanting to get that 1,000 coin before the show or something, or a coin. So John only has 28 to go. I'm going to say you're in really good shape.
Where's my 1,000 coin?
I know you always hunt me on early and late shift when I do that. And I can guarantee you there's going to be way more than 28 of them between now and then. Which
one was your 1,000 coin? Was that the one with the north, south, east, and west on it, or the antenna?
No, that is the Western Rove coin.
So is that your 1,000 one?
Is that black?
No, it's gray.
Oh, then probably, yeah.
Does it have Ham Radio Adventure Guy on the side of it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. All right, there you go, John. Hit it. You can do it, man. The more you hunt them, I'm sorry, what do you say? You keep hunting them, we'll keep stacking them up.
You keep hunting them, we'll keep stacking them up. That's right. I know Michael, Kilo Oscar for Sierra Foxtrot Bravo, has all of my coins besides a 5,000 coin, and he is determined to get that 5,000 coin. So he's working on that.
I think I have I don't have 5,000 off. I just turned. I looked at my stats the other day. I think I just turned 30. What was it? Not quite 4,000. I don't know the exact number. I know I don't have 5,000. I'm looking. Man, I am drawing a blank here.
Larry says, I got one of those last year. What's next? The next step is the 5K coin.
Yeah, I just turned 3,700. But I'm slack too. Because I work you once a day. I could work you a whole bunch more.
I don't do like every 1,000 or something because you got people say, wow, 1,000 contacts. I'll never get that. You guys don't realize how many 1K coins I've given out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big number of 1K coins. And like there's for the 5,000 club, I think there's 4, maybe 5 people that already have the 5K club. And Terry's well on his way to a 10K, which I haven't even done yet because the 10K I'm going to actually do in metal.
Chris just said he just rolled 20,000 QSOs 100 on POTA, which is really impressive because 9 times out of 10, all I hear when you call somebody is Alpha
or Oscar. I hear Oscar a lot. And CW, he'll hit it in a pile up. So I don't know for sure, but I really think sometimes he just sends Oscar. I really do.
I was going through my old videos and I found one of you doing that too. We were in Huntsville running CW. This is when I dual opt Chris, and all you heard was an XO in the pileup, and you went. I forget exactly what you said. You said something like, "There's Chris. I heard an X da da da."
But it's more his fist than anything. But and that's the problem when people change their sending style around, and I'm used to getting them a lot, or they change even when you change your tones. Like if you always hunt me at 0.2 up from where I'm at, and you go 0.4 up, it's not the same sound to me. So I do not pick it up I don't associate it like, yes, I can, if I hear your full call, I'm going to get it. But if I just hear a part of it and I'm like, well, I recognize that fist, but that tone's different.
Yeah.
It's just, it messes with me. Welcome, Curtis. Good to see you.
Roger.
And I know I still owe you a video call, Curtis. I haven't forgotten. I have just been extremely busy. I'm definitely need to get up with you and get that video call. Mo says, I hope you got my coin ready. I'm a little over 500.
Those over 500 to come quick.
500, you should be able to do that in a couple of weeks.
Oh, a couple. What was it? I needed just shy of 100 or something like that, and you got it for me in like 4 days. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, here's the thing: if you want to truly hunt, and I know you need something, and say you got to go. I need 16 more contacts in 1810. Why you need 16 more contacts in 1810? I don't know. Well, I don't know where you've been hiding, but if you want to hunt me, I'll get you 16 contacts quickly. I'll run the bands. I'll do multiple modes, but some people like, yeah, I need 16 more contacts. All right, well, I'll go run the bands for you and I'll run the modes. Oh no, I don't do CW and I can't do digital, and my antenna will only do 20 meters. And I'm like, well, I guess you'll get your 16 contacts in 16 activations, and it ain't going to be 16 days straight because I'm not boring myself like that. So it's how you want. It's what you want to put into it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Terry, you're fired.
Still waiting on the PZN challenge coin. Oh no. The PZN challenge coin, not
Oh,
the 1,000 coin. Well, believe it or not, I actually did work on that design. So those should be coming out fairly soon now. Let me get Murphy wrapped up, and I actually got something that I'm going to later print and see what it looks like.
did you bring any Murphy challenge coins with you?
I don't have a Murphy challenge because this is why. Because I looked at the weather and it's a lot of rain,
It's
and I
gonna be a
don't.
challenge.
I don't.
Yeah.
Put out the Murphy challenge. Get me when I have not gotten wet during that day.
Or I wonder if Terry's going to stick his head through your window and dump water on you again.
What amazed me is how he got back to his radio so fast to hunt me.
I know.
I mean that was just astonishing. I didn't even know he knew his way to Kentucky.
That was a good video. That was good.
And if you're wondering what me and Dan's talking about, we're talking about a members only video. So you gotta be a YouTube member, which you can click that little button right down there and fix that real quick. But I also learned something.
Uh-oh.
I learned that somebody ain't been paying attention to my Thursday videos because they said, yeah, that whole fire with the laptop thing was cool too. I'm like, oh, well, that came out last week, buddy, on the Thursday video. You're a little behind schedule here.
I analyzed it. The first time I saw it, so the first time I saw that new intro, me and James were looking at it together, and I analyzed like every little frame of it. And there's some pretty cool stuff. If you watch it over and over again, you'll find some different little things about it that are they're awesome. It's funny.
Yeah, there's some nuggets into that. That's for sure that you can that you can see that it's really there's some really good detail to it.
I want the Clarice coin. Now, see, there's an idea. If you meet Clarice, you get a coin, but you have to have physically met Clarice.
No, I ain't doing that. There's plenty of people that met Clarice. Clarice was at Dayton during a 20-op activation. Terry will be sending out all kinds of coins come Monday. Speaking of sending things out, if you order a spike between now and Monday, it won't go out before next week because I am not home.
That is true. I have a couple things I'm bringing. My 3D printer's been busy the last couple of days, so I'm not going to spill the beans and say what they are because some of them are surprises.
Mm-hmm. I know one of the surprises, which is cool as crap.
Yeah.
Literally cool as crap. I love it.
Oh, the bourbon glasses too. Yeah.
The bourbon glasses.
Yeah, Larry says, "Where's the bourbon glasses?"
Oh yeah, that was a thing that we revisited. That I can sell them, but those ones would be more than I want to sell them for. But I will sell you one, Larry. If you want one, get with me when I get back, and I'll sell you one. But
well, you got.
I was looking at a little better priced ones.
You got to think, too. If anybody's drinking, good bourbon, at that point they really don't care how much the glass costs, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just put them out on the page when I get back, and you guys want them, we'll sell them.
He said he'll buy 4 of them in Dayton if you bring them.
4 of them in Dayton if I bring them. All right. There we go.
Didn't you get one printed up as a test?
Yes, they're great.
Can you run Can you run back to Logan County and grab it, and then bring it this weekend? And I'll get it.
I can. I just need
Yes.
I need somebody to come pick me up in a helicopter, and which is probably much safer than the way I got here. I got dirty looks for that.
Who was driving? Was it Terry driving?
No, well, not Terry.
Yeah. Understandable then.
Terry, you ain't gonna worry about sidewalks. You just have to worry about them roundabouts.
Yeah. Didn't Terry once get a speeding ticket for going backwards in a roundabout too fast?
You know, he has been known to drive backwards in a roundabout. That is for sure. And he has also been known to use his car to block a lady on the hover round just so he could ask for her number. And she gave him resting hover round face. I kid you not. It was people think I'm lying about this, but that the face she gave him was the funniest thing I had seen. That was the funniest thing I seen the whole year that year. And I can't remember if it was Huntsville or Dayton, but it was hilarious. And you know, Huntsville and Dayton, I see some pretty funny stuff, but the face she made at him, it was definitely resting hover around face.
Can't wait for Huntsville again.
Dude, I can't wait till this weekend. Like it's gonna be fun. Like I've been doing this for a while, the meetups, and I've been doing the shows for a while. I'm actually still meeting people at this weekend that I've never met before. You know, and that's just awesome to me. There's nothing like the feeling of this, like to get to meet people that just hunt you and hunt you and hunt you.
I heard something about Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel today. I believe it was him. If it wasn't, somebody correct me here. He was on the radio this morning. And so I didn't witness this or anything. I didn't hear it, but he worked Western. He worked Western Australia.
Oh, nice.
From Asheville. Early this morning on, I want to say
Curtis said he worked him this past weekend.
Yep.
So, good stuff. You know, I can send him an email. I have no clue where he's at here in Nashville. You know, I'd have to look the last time he's worked me. I know he's worked me since the storm and everything, but it hasn't been nowhere near what it used to be.
Is the pavilion there at Hanging Dog? Is that like first come, first serve?
Yes, it is. That is the problem with the pavilion and Hanging Dog.
Somebody should get there earlier and plant the flag.
If somebody wants to get there early and hold the fort, that would be amazing. I mean, I would say I'll get there early and hold the fort, but we all know I don't do nothing early.
You did CW early the other day.
Well, you know, there's times. I was out early today.
I about fell out of my chair when you spotted that early.
Unfortunately, it wasn't POTA. Before I left today, I had to send out. It's funny because there hasn't been any spike orders come in a while, and this week it's been slammed with spike orders.
Yeah.
I had to send out like 4 orders this morning, and that's the thing. I won't get no more now till probably I'm getting ready to go on my next trip.
Yeah, he worked Ronnie last week. Hey, Ronnie, good to see you, buddy. And Liz said the date and the park information for the Michigani meetup is on the channel in Discord.
Okay, there we go. The date and the park. She's on top of it.
June 14th at Uncle Sam 3331.
Well, now if Terry's going, that would be America, Uncle Sam. Because Terry puts America before every park for some reason.
Josh said we can go up on the parking field if it's took, but not if it's raining.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because him and Michael both have said that, and I'm like, yeah, but if it's pouring the rain, that ain't gonna work out real well.
If it's pouring the rain that bad, I figure I'm just going to go back into Murphy, go to Zaxby's, and turn that into a forfer. But hey, Brian's bringing a bunch of canopies and tables. Look at this. Mud boots for everybody. Ponchos, umbrellas.
I'm sitting here. He's saying things that he's bringing, and none of those things are even the things that's going through my head. But I'm thinking of things that I meant to bring that I did not bring. I just had redone my N3 ZN paddle and put it on the magnet because I wanted to bring it and let you play with it. And then I set it on the desk and didn't put it in my bag.
That's fine. When you run back there to Logan County and get that rocks class, you can pick that up too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening for the helicopter. It ain't showed up yet. But
I'll have it. Yeah. We'll have internet there. XO said he'll have a canopy too. Michael said 70% chance of rain, but the way I look at it is 30% chance it ain't going to. Be on the bright side, brother.
Yeah,
Josh has Daddy Musk's internet.
Yeah, I'm Josh. Josh kind of bribed me. He's like, if you'll bring Terry, you won't have to bring your Starlink down. But because mine isn't a big old case.
Yeah,
I say mine, but it's Josh's too. But it's in a. I mean, it takes up the whole back seat just a case for that thing. But he's got the mini. He's like, I'll just let you run around with my mini until you get ready to go home.
Terry can just hold it on his lap back here.
Yeah, but then it might have a funny smell to it. So
Terry or the Starlink?
The Starlink.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to return Josh's Starlink smelling like Logan County.
Well, Josh will just go, Terry.
Listen, I'm kind of worried because the last witness protection I knew Clarice was in Murphy, and Terry's a sneaky bit of varmint. You never know what he's going to do.
Yeah, you got to keep your eye on him around here.
He got to my house today, and he parked his car in my driveway, and I happened to be going out and voting my car, and I see his car, and looking around, he's nowhere to be found. He snuck over into the throne room. He didn't activate, but he snuck over in the throne room and was doing something. So I'm gonna have to do a thorough check of the throne room.
That's funny.
When I get back.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend for sure. We're gonna leave out early Friday morning. Probably get up there about noonish. If we're gonna hit a Tennessee park, which is relatively close. The ones that I found are like 30, 35 minutes away. I found two of them about the same time away from Murphy. We may do South Carolina. If you're familiar with South Carolina, the closest parks to Murphy, shoot me a private message or hit me up in my channel in Discord or something. The ones I'm finding are about an hour 45 to 2 minutes to 2 minutes. Hour 45 to 2 hours away is the closest South Carolina park.
When are you thinking you're going to hit those?
The
South Carolina ones.
I don't know if we will yet or not. Because if it's 2 hours away from Murphy, we just might do it on another weekend. Just go up to Savannah and then hit some parks around there and just hop across the border.
Okay. Yeah, I know Tennessee's real easy to hit. Georgia's real easy to hit.
Yeah.
Not that you need Georgia, but
Well, I need all those parks up there, but
Yeah, well, there's plenty of parks in range.
Yeah, I'm thinking Saturday morning I'm gonna get up early and I'm gonna do a 30 park rove.
Okay.
And then make it to the meetup by 2.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
You know?
I may or may not have a Canadian moose in the trunk of my car. We might could do it. Yeah.
Is it the one that you? So you do have a Canadian? Wait. So you do have the moose?
I cannot deny or agree that I have the Canadian moose because I heard that it had been abducted. So it's I can't
wanted, dead or alive.
I'm hoping that picture is not up on the main end of Canada when I try to cross the border.
You'll have the Canadian, customs folks. They'll hold up that picture and go, "A-Trag, eh?"
Come in here, and we're not giving you white gravy.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw a moose, eh?
But yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. I don't care if it rains or not. I know there is tons of Patreons gonna take over Murphy, and if we don't get activated as many as we want, we don't get activated. We still get to hang out, and it's going to be a great time.
Water ain't never killed nobody. Well, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's about. I'm trying to time my leaving time because I don't want to be going through or around Atlanta come rush hour.
Yeah, we all know I went totally out of my way to go around Atlanta when I came down to LA.
Yeah, and even if you take 475 around, it's still hell during rush hour. So all in all, it's about, depending on traffic, between 5.5 and 6.25 hours. But
that's about 6.5 is what it is for me to Murphy, but because I could have made it tonight easily, but I had to stream, so Asheville it was. I pulled in here in enough time to get some sort of setup so we could stream tonight. And
Mo, the closest park to Murphy is like 33 minutes away. So the closest park in Tennessee and Murphy is 33 minutes.
Is it that far? Really? It didn't seem like that.
Well, that's what Google Maps says, and that assumes you probably drive the speed limit, which I always do.
We can let Sidewalk Sherry drive you. She can have you there in about 10 minutes on the sidewalks.
Yeah, that's right.
She knows shortcuts. You may have to get right with Jesus on that ride, but she can get you there. Poor Terry, he had to listen to me screaming and yelling like, "You're going to kill me," like all day today.
That's funny.
So
yeah, Brent has to hit a Georgia park. There's some close there.
Oh, there's plenty of Georgia, Brent. So did you determine you are going to make it on Saturday, Brent?
I hope so. Yeah, the Georgia parks are closer than Tennessee.
Yeah, I think the first night I was there last time, we went into Georgia the very first night.
What were you doing down here, looking for a soul to steal?
I don't have to look for them. They drink Kool-Aid, and it's like a kid in a candy store.
Well, sit down in that chair out there and let me show you how to activate a park.
Oh yeah. Listen, I tried to enlighten Terry and Sidewalk Sherry's trip on the way down here. I sung them a lot of cool POTA songs that they have never heard before.
Did you sing the Home Day Ramble?
I did at one point. I did at one point. But they were talking about some I don't know, some song that's older than my grandma, because they're both dirt. And I happened to remember my grandma playing it, so I knew some of the words. So I changed the words and made it a good POTA song for them, and I don't know if they liked it as well. And I made up another song we won't talk about on air, but I know Terry got some enjoyment of that one.
I can be for the after chat.
Yeah. The after chat. I'm still trying to figure out the after food of this stream. So
I vote for chicken wings. I vote for chicken wings. You got a wing place around you?
There is a wing place around me, but it's Buffalo Wild Wings, and I really don't want that.
No.
It's not Wingstop. Terry tells me now, you can take what Terry tells you with a grain of salt, but Terry tells me that they're putting a Wingstop in Kanawha City. As Dan calls it, in Kanawha City. So if that happens, Kanawha State Forest will be activated a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Just because wings will be involved. It could get moved back into my rotation again, see.
Then you won't always be at Panther.
or Tomlin, Panther or Tomlin.
Yeah.
I don't even need Tomlin. I don't know why Tomlin and Chief Logan Wildlife Management is convenience. That I've got every award I could possibly get at those, except I can keep stacking, of course.
Yeah.
But the Panther is just I still got to eagle the wildlife management area. So
a little bit of local knowledge here. 12 Bones Barbecue in Asheville.
Okay. Wonder how far that is from us right now.
That's why it's always good to have local folks, because they know the best places to eat.
Well, Mike is not local. Mike is from Virginia.
Well, from folks that have been in the area a lot, not local. Yeah.
Yeah, when he first he was still waiting on the coin earlier. I thought he was talking about his 1,000 coin. I was like, Terry.
That's what I thought he was talking about too. Yeah.
Look what rolled into the stream out of Canada.
Yeah, buddy.
He hunted me one day, I think it was last week, and he sounded different. I don't know if he's got a different setup or if he was in a different place or what, but he sounded way different.
We were just talking about him still being wanted for abducting the moose, eh?
Mike says his dad lives in Nashville, so there we go.
12 Bones Barbecue is also a brewery. Watch out.
I don't know if I can take Terry and Sidewalk Sherry to a brewery.
Yeah, you can.
That might.
Well, taking them's not really the problem. Getting them back out might be the problem.
No. Taking them is not the problem. It's getting them to stay in there when I'm leaving. That's the problem.
That is great.
I'll get down to Murphy and they're like, "Where's Sidewalk Sherry and Terry?"
12 Bones.
They're at the brewery.
They're in Asheville.
Or jail. One of the two.
I haven't gotten any phone call yet, so I'm assuming the brewery.
Somebody keeps calling me collect. I don't know what that's about. Listen, I have no problem driving home, so I am one person that when I'm driving, I do not bitch at myself about driving. I bitch about most other people, but I do not bitch at my own self.
Yeah.
But in my defense, if you drive normal, if you're driving me normal, I don't fuss about you.
You didn't fuss about my driving.
I didn't fuss about your driving.
Yeah.
I didn't fuss about James's driving in Canada. And it's not about fast because both of you guys drive fast, but there's fast and safe, and there's fast and reckless.
That's true. That's true.
And then there's fast and what is it? What is it I call that? Distracted. Fast and distracted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because somebody I know is a distracted driver.
Well, you have to remember too. I've been specially trained to operate motor vehicles at high speed.
Oh no! Don't get Sidewalk Cherry started on this. So that is her defense. When she's driving distracted, with her tea or her water or her coffee or other 40 drinks she has, or her 17 vapes, or when she's driving distracted and I say something, she's like, well, then cops shouldn't be allowed to use the radio. And that's what I tell her. I was like, they're trained. And then she came out today. She's like, well, I was a military police. I was like, they're trained for something different, not civilian driving. And then she went on to tell us the stories about her wheels hanging off the road while driving on rice paddy roads. So
Rockies is a good place for wings. Man, you're getting all sorts of fast and sherry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The fast and the sherriest.
Yeah. Killer hot chicken in Asheville. Man, looks like Asheville got a lot of good chicken joints.
Well, I like the first place because it had the barbecue in the title. Because any place that has barbecue in the title, that could possibly mean brisket.
Good. You're absolutely right.
And since Eddie is one of the few Patreons that's not making the trip, brisket could definitely happen.
Although I will say, speaking of barbecue, the best place to get barbecue, in my opinion, is not at a restaurant. It is on a Saturday afternoon when you got mom and pop and the kids and granddaddy and grandma out there pulling their, they're pulled behind barbecue grill and they're set up in the parking lot of a drugstore. That's some good barbecue right there. So.
Well, I've been to a lot of different food trucks, but one thing I can tell you not to order off a food truck is a fish taco.
Yeah.
Never order a fish taco from a food truck. Especially if Terry's driving the truck.
There's a curveball I wasn't expecting there.
Now there's some offense coming. He had some decent barbecue at Reed Bingham. Mm-hmm. He's going to go on with this Texas barbecue stuff now. I know what's going to happen. But now I will compare that decent barbecue you had at Reed Bingham to your Texas barbecue.
It's good.
It's real good. Me and Terry on our trip to get some of the new parks the other day. Matter of fact, that's when James hunted me. He hunted me at one of those new parks that me and Terry went and did. But we ate it at the Twisted Pig. So,
did you ask Terry what he got? Did he look at you?
No, I was too busy trying to keep Terry from going to jail because he was driving me. The Twisted Pig happened to be right beside a daycare. and I knew I was breaking the law just by eating there.
No, you weren't.
Well, I was an accessory. How's that?
That is great.
Because I wanted to go there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. So we're gonna have a blast. If somebody gets up there early-ish and the pavilion is free, plant a flag or something.
You sit on them tables, and if anybody comes down there, you just let them know this party is reserved for. You got to say something like outrageous that's going to want to make people get away from you really fast.
The fake fart smell competition of the world or something. Yeah.
Yeah. This pavilion is reserved for the fart smelling world championship today.
Yeah. And it'll probably be like, that don't smell no different than anything we catch out of this river.
Larry says if you twist a pig, does it squeal? A pig will always squeal on you, but sheep ain't that bad.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, if you are going to be anywhere near Murphy, North Carolina this weekend, it is getting invaded by, in my opinion, some of the top POTA people around. And if you like to do portable operations, definitely come by and say hi to us, because we're going to be out there having a lot of fun, and it's just going to be an absolute blast. So come out. There is a page in our Discord that has directions and all the information you need. So go over there and check it out if you don't know about it or anything, or send me or Dan a message. But I'm going to refer you to Eastern Standard Time if you do anyway. So send him a message. How about that?
That's right.
But the only down thing is, if you do come and you bring extra clothing, make sure and lock your car doors and keep your underwear safe. Terry is in the vicinity, and I'm not responsible for anybody's underwear who gets stolen from Terry. So, and Terry said if anybody's bringing any food to eat at the thing, to bring bloomer pudding. That's his favorite. But all right, Dan, what you got coming up?
Not a lot, buddy. Thanks everybody for joining us on this Hump Day Wednesday. And if you are heading to Murphy, driving to Murphy, drive safe. And we will see you there this weekend.
That's right. And as for me, I'm going to get off here and try to send Sidewalk Sherry out to get some food while I go over into the after chat and act a fool with all the Patreons. If you don't know what after chat is, it is a Patreon benefit, but lucky you can head over to Patreon right now and sign up for a free 7-day trial. But the important thing is, message myself or Dan in Discord so we can get you those privileges and let us know you signed up. Other than that, thanks for everybody for hanging out with us tonight, and hopefully I'll catch you in after chat and catch everybody on the air in the morning. 73, everybody.
See you.